Yeah, folks, so we're getting right into it with this. I believe it's mid-90s, I think 94, 95-ish. Fisher-Price Medieval Castle with Knights, Warriors, Cannon. Does that work? Yeah. Get that later. It's in great shape. Got a lot of the stickers. Put it up locally for $100 cash firm. They go for way more than that on eBay. Good pickup. So right here from the shorts the other day, yesterday rather, we've got the real deal Yeezy Boost shoes, 2015. First release ever. I know you can't see that, but it's there. $200 used. Well, pre-owned, because these are barely used. Unreal find. Size 8. If they were a little bit bigger, maybe they would fit, but that's not even close. Again, same size LeBrons, and there was a pair of blue LeBrons there that were a little bit more worn, so they're obviously all from the same guy. These have, it's discoloration, but it's the same color as this weird rubber on the sole, so I think it's whatever this is coated in. It's coated in plastic, and you guys have these, you kind of LeBrons, you know. But both shoes are exactly the same. So, I mean, on eBay still, these shoes go for about $50-ish, and they're in great shape, so I'm probably going to list them for $39.99 plus shipping, and just let them ride out. Same thrift store, day before, we got 4 pair of 874s, 3330, brand spanking, and 8 pair of the flat front relaxed fit, 3330. All the same size, all 3330s. The relaxed fit have the button closure. The 874s have the old school closure. Yeah, awesome score. And then we have these. Pile of 90s vintage jeans. Most of them are women's. This one pair of Gap denim is guys. I think it's a size 33, something like that. They are all pretty worn. They are, excuse me, exactly what you want in a pair of vintage 90s jeans. I mean, these are awesome. These are not going to fit me because I am short. I wish. They all have like some sort of art studio staining on them. I'm not really sure how else to say that, except for these. And the reason those don't have any staining on them is because they were never worn. Size 2. Made in the US of A. So was the last pair of Gap denim. Actually, most of these are indeed made in the USA. These are the Abercrombies. I'll put up a couple measurements in the description. Mostly, ladies, of how high the waist is on these. So then we've got 3 pair of Calvin Klein, or 4 pair of Calvin Klein, and 4 pair of Gap. They vary in sizes. May as well show them all to you real quick. They, like I said, they all have like some sort of art studio look to them. This is the only pair that has the bottoms actually cut. So I will have to measure them, but they look exactly the same size as the other ones, so she just kind of cut the cuff off the bottom of them. So these are going to be a size 6. Again, that's a 96, and these definitely, girls are high-waisted. Okay. Again, exactly what you want to see in a pair of vintage 90s jeans. So we got another pair of Calvins, and these actually have the oh so desirable booty rip. I know I have that on all my jeans. These are a size 4, again made in the USA, and again exactly what you want in a pair of vintage Calvins. Sticking with the Calvins, these are going a size 4. Oh, those got somebody's initials in them. These are size 4. Again, all high-waisted. I know this is boring, but if anybody's actually interested in these, like I said, there's little tiny marks of exactly the same thing all on pretty much every pair except for the Abercrombies. What do we got on here? Another size 4. Stay in there. But again, so these ones have the little 90s cut. The little 90s cut. Holler at me if you're interested in any of these, ladies. These are the Stonewash Gap. Again, super high waist. Size 2 regular. Really crisp, actually. These aren't bad at all. Oh, still have a tag on them. Look at that. Still got the little... How. Yep, these look barely worn as well. Let's see about the front. Yeah, those are crisp. Wow. Crisp 90s Gap. 2 pair of them. These are 8 ankle. Okay, there you go. Again, high-waisted every single pair. Here's another pair of Gaps. These are definitely worn because they have that little Art Studio jammy. These are very clean as well. Again, what size are these? A 2 classic fit long. Again, ladies, measurements. Hit me up if you need measurements on any pair of these. Gladly get that for you. Last pair. Not bad. That only took about 3 minutes. Classic fit 2 regular again. Again, gigantic waist, so cool. Coming right back in style right now. Girls, ladies, hit us up if you need any vintage jeans. We're making deals. Deals. Also in the vintage clothing market, something that's probably not going to wind up in my eBay store, but I did some research on them for the Thrifty Shoppy. Those are World War II military, USMC. Let's see if I can get, there you go. So these are World War II Marine Corps dressed khakis. There's 2 sets and an extra pair of pants, and they're so cool. Still got the rusty stapled dry clean tags in there. Anyway, not super valuable, not super desirable, but did some research, and I think the thrift store can put $20 a piece on them, so that's going to be $100 for them. We'll be bringing them back to them tomorrow. We also picked up this Aries of Beverly Hills backgammon set. This is by far the nicest backgammon set I have ever had in the shop here. It is absolutely sweet. It's a suede cover. It's just absolutely just nuts. It's so nice. It's a $50 retail set on eBay. I couldn't believe it. So even the latches are just, it's just incredible. Really cool set. We got to take you guys over to the other workbench. More stuff from the thrift. Good stuff. A lot of vintage Christmas. awesome vintage Halloween right in time. I picked up 2 Jurassic Park hard hats from Universal for the kids. If anybody's going as a dinosaur hunter, that's going to be perfect. This is an old lady mask. It is by, I don't know if y'all can see that, it's by Cesar, 1971. There's an old lady and an old man pair, and it's pretty desirable, and this mask is probably going to go for around $50. Locally it'll go for less, but great find at the Thrift. Very unexpected. Another one we got is this lot of slots. So we got your old woman with the poker visor. It's a half mask slot machine. Also picked up this cool apothecary jar with the lid. Really rad. This mask, I don't know, maybe $30 or so. I think it's 90s, might be 2000s. I'm not sure. We also scored this Jack's Pacific Golden Tee game, which sells on eBay for $39.99 plus shipping. And this one works awesome. We played it a whole bunch yesterday. Batteries were still good. Everything worked great. Trackball moves, everything, left and right buttons work for putting and everything. I was never find these that work ever. So super psyched on that. And yeah, we're doing good with video games lately. What can I say? I guess speaking of video games, I did put another short out on this, but I found this at the same thrift store the other day, and then got the manual the next day. It works. I never find these Tiger Electronic ones that actually do work, so that's going to stay on the shelf for a little while. I'll probably list it, and eventually it'll sell, but I'll get to look at it for a little bit. It's a cool piece. Disney Haunted Mansion Clue. I don't usually buy these, but it was cheap enough to take a chance on. It is in great shape. It's 100% complete, and it's going to be at least $20 plus shipping. A little bit more than $20 plus shipping. These are Catalina goat horns from Catalina, Spain. Real deal. Pretty neat. I can't stand the gold, but that can easily be redone. I think these are worth about $100 or so, and I can sell them on eBay. Carefully, but I can. Also picked up these 3 bags of vintage clothespins. Really funky colors. Not something I pick up often, but they do sell. Picked this up thinking it was some sort of baby monitor. It is an Elephas. It's a projector, USB projector. I guess you can hook pretty much anything up to what you want. I haven't even looked at the manual or anything yet. It's got all the cords in here and everything. And why does it have a... Oh, bonus. We got a bonus Bose remote control in there with the remote control for the unit that's never even been out of the plastic. So we got a bonus Bose remote. That's going to be an extra $15-20 on eBay. That's a score. We'll take it. We happy. I also picked up, this is a Pentax. It's called a digital spotometer. It's a distance meter for manual photography. Well, I used to use it for manual. I would assume you use it for digital too. But I need to get I think it's a 6-volt battery for it. It looks like a little shorty AA. This thing I think is at least $49.99, maybe even more than that if it's working properly. So we're gonna hang on to that, get the battery, test it up, and hopefully that's gonna be working for us. It'll be awesome. There was something else over here that I wanted to grab. Right, the Ertl. So I'm in the toy room, and we just see this Ertl skid steer, case skid steer. It says Team Rubicon on it. It's an SV340. It is awesome. It is super tight. Never really been messed with. No giant dings. Super heavy. Weighs about 4 pounds. So I did obviously do my calculated shipping on eBay because on something like this, I'm in New Jersey. If it's going to New York, if it's going to California, you're going to pay the shipping on it. You know, whatever that is. It's according to the Postal Service, not me. So I can't get yelled at when you have to pay $20 to get this to Oregon. Cool piece. I think I paid $5 for it. I listed it for $59.99 plus shipping. The only other one on eBay in the Team Rubicon gray with the badges is, I think, $115 shipped. So a little less than half price, and then you got to pay the shipping. I think that's a fair deal for it, being the second one available on eBay. I also picked up a couple books, Rick Riordan, Percy Jackson, Part 1 and 2. Hoard Rick Riordan books, and then put the sets together. Books are, you know, a quarter, so why not? Back to the Future trilogy whenever I see it. I picked up Learn to Play the Guitar, because we have 3 of them inside, and nobody knows how to use them. I picked up a bunch of Real Housewives DVDs. Half of them are new. The New York City, I got 1 to 4. Those are used. We have Beverly Hills and New Jersey 1 and 2. Those are new. And then Orange County 2 through 7. And most of those are new. So to eBay, they are a-going. We picked up a stack. We know we love our media on this channel. We picked up a stack of CDs. A lot of vintage stuff. A couple brand new. We got Huey Lewis, Rod Stewart's Great American Songbook, Volume 1 and 2, and Elvis. Those are all brand new. Those are going to be at least $10, $15 a piece, depending. Some of them could be better. I got to look that Rod Stewart thing up, but it is Rod Stewart. We got some vintage rock, 83 Motley Crue. I think this is an 85. And then the 89 Dr. Feelgood, by far their best album. Just by far. Dr. Feelgood, Kickstart My Heart, Same Old Situation. Come on. Skid Row. We picked up 4 different OAR older albums. And then we picked up some Paul McCartney. I got some Kid Rock, some more Elvis. I am trying to fill up this 100-count laser line spinning CD holder, and I'm going to put that in Marketplace full of CDs. So, yeah, the Kid Rock I'll probably listen to, but I think it's going in there. I might keep it. I don't know. You know, I saw him. He was all right. He's Kid Rock. You know, you get what you get. So, now, oh man, now it is time for Vintage Christmas Galore. You know what's better than one of these? Awesome. Plastic. White holly. Love it. All plastic. Plastic rope. Everything except the bells. We are, let's see, about 7-ish feet, a little bit longer, and I have, again, 2 of them. That's 14 feet of fun right there, folks. There's nowhere to put my fun. All right. We also have various lengths of this plastic holly, which by the looks of the clippy things on the end all used to be one length, but they're not surviving the time. Still look really cool laid out on your shelf somewhere. And there is a whole bunch of it. A whole bunch of it over here. Don't even know what to do with it. There's so much of it. We also picked up these hanging popcorn decorations. Me for size. So we have the angel, Frosty, Santa, and not 1, not 2, but 3 reindeer. Really neat. Vintage popcorn flattened. I think we used to call them popcorn. All right, so vintage Christmas. I believe that's everything. Recently from the thrift shops, of any kind of significance, except for these two gems that I kept for myself. This is a Ertl Blurp ball from the early 90s. Does not have the shooter that used to go inside of him. He's pretty neat though. And then this is a knockoff quarter machine Mad Ball by Droopy. Pretty rad. So yeah, those two pieces were at the thrift shop. I mean, if they were going to be for sale, that would be probably $60 to $80 worth of fun right there all day long. Almost stepped on my popcorn. Not about to kill myself over it. All right, so that's pretty much everything that we snagged. I grabbed a couple of more shirts for myself that I found, something like that, but nothing really outrageous. Couple DVDs that went inside in the collection, and yeah, it was a great 2 days at the thrift store. All that stuff came within 48 hours. So when it rains, it pours, and we will take it every time. Hope you guys enjoyed checking this stuff out with me. I hope you learned something about what's actually going to sell. Every single one of these pieces will sell on eBay. Get it listed. Get it off the counter, photoed, listed. Move it once. That's the goal here, is not to just make piles and piles of stuff everywhere all over your garage. Like, you want to get this listed, move it once, put it away, get it ready to go. I know a lot of people have what they call death piles. I like to call it money pile. It shouldn't be a pile for very long. And, you know, sometimes you're going to hit 2 or 3 really good sales, and you're going to have a pile of stuff that's work. That's why it's work. Get it done. Don't make a pile. I mean, there is some work involved in what we do here. Getting the stuff listed, that's where you make your money. Yeah, you make your money when you buy it, but you're not making any money on it until you get it listed. Right, and speaking of getting stuff listed, folks, I gotta go. So hopefully you've already hit that like button. Hopefully you've already hit that subscribe button. Hit those buttons, and appreciate you hanging out. Hopefully you'll be back next time, and we will see you then.